Saturday morning, time for the Experts program on Power Talk 1460 and 101 FM. Luis Alvarez, he's CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us right now to talk technology. Good morning, Luis.
Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Doing pretty good. So we're going to talk about bundling of content, and the Disney folks are announcing a special bundle for folks who want the Disney Channel, Hulu, and ESPN. Tell us what's going on.
Well, this has been coming for a long time. Some people have called it the Netflix killer because Disney now owns so much content when you just think about their own films, and they can decide what platforms those films can be seen on. And before, they had no choice but to partner with the Netflix or the Amazon Primes of the world to maximize the revenue. But now they're offering their own streaming service for essentially about $12.99 a month. And that will include Disney Plus, which is all of the Disney movies that they have available online, Hulu, so because Disney owns Hulu, as well as ESPN Plus, which is ESPN and all the channels associated with it. Some people know that Disney also owns ESPN. So you take all that content and you price it at a very aggressive price that competes very favorably with everybody else that's out there, in particular Netflix. It made the price of Netflix and Amazon less so, but definitely Netflix's stock price went down a little bit when this was announced, because there's a fear that folks will flee Netflix and move to this offering, especially those people with kids, because a lot of the times what you see is parents will get Netflix in particular so that they can stream some of the kid-friendly shows, and a lot of those shows are Disney-owned. So those will be available only on the new Disney streaming service. So it may impact Netflix's ability to attract those kind of viewers.
Now, what about ESPN Plus and Disney Plus? I see it listed here as three platforms: Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Now, the Plus, does that mean it's all of the Disney channels and all of the ESPN channels?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and not just the local ESPN channels, there's regional channels as well. So all of those will be bundled into this offering, which makes it very attractive for somebody that is not necessarily looking for a bunch of other stuff. They're happy with Disney, Hulu, and ESPN, and then maybe they get their regular broadcast TV using a HD antenna. Then what the heck? This is a really attractive bundle, and it will definitely impact the other streaming services that are out there. But then they're scrambling to offer more content. As you know, Netflix has been producing a lot of original TV shows as well as movies over the last decade or so. And part of that is to keep that customer base that they've created by offering them something unique that you can't get anywhere else. And so you're going to see a lot of that happening where, even Amazon Prime has done some of its own content development. So directors, producers, and movie stars are going to have lots of work in the future because more and more content is going to determine who wins in this streaming war.
What about Sling? How would this impact Sling?
Well, Sling is a device that uses, or a service that uses all of these things to stream it to anywhere that you want to be. So Sling is agnostic in the sense of it doesn't create its own original content. It just allows you to view your content anywhere that you want to be.
Right, but if I buy this package for $13 a month, and on Sling I got Disney, I got the ESPN channels, I didn't get Hulu. But if I was going to choose between the $20 to Sling and the $13 to these guys, I might switch and save $7 a month because I really, really, really want the ESPN channel so I can watch all the ball games and everything like that. And I don't care about a lot of the other stuff. So couldn't this impact the subscription base for Sling?
Sure, absolutely. If you're not looking for all the other stuff that you can get on Sling, like the local channels or, CNN or all that stuff, then for sure, the Disney Plus offering is going to be more attractive to you.
Here's me being Debbie Downer, okay? I'm wondering what the bandwidth and the throughput is going to be like with, say, for example, ESPN. Because the reason I dumped Sling, and I was seeing these complaints in forums, was that there was something wrong with the amount of bandwidth that they were designating to their ESPN feeds. Because anytime we would watch a sporting event on ESPN, it would constantly buffer. And at first I'm thinking, maybe it's my DSL service that I have at home. It's not the fastest in the world. I think it's like max 18 megabits per second, okay? But then they tell you only need to have 1.5 megabits for this thing to work, so I'm well above that. But when I would change my Sling to choose one of the other channels, like Spike TV or one of the channels that hardly anyone watches, no buffering. It worked perfectly all the time. But I'd go back to ESPN to the ball game, buffer, lose the game, reset, buffer. And then I said, okay, so obviously it's not my internet service. It's Sling. It's what they're doing with ESPN. They don't have enough bandwidth for this. What am I spending this $20 a month for? Bye.
Yeah, that is one of the downsides of a streaming service, is that you're dependent upon not just your own internet connection, but you're dependent upon, the bandwidth that they have at their end and what they're willing to pay for.
Right.
And sometimes they're not willing to pay for what they need.
Well, see, so if Disney, if they're not willing to pay, now they own ESPN, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why would they cut their own throats?
Exactly.
I mean, if they're not willing to have the correct amount of bandwidth to, for everybody that wants to watch ESPN, which is probably going to be their most popular channel, then what are they doing this for? I don't know. I might give it a shot. To see how it works out.
Well, let me know. We can talk about it after you've set it up.
Yeah, definitely do that. All right, Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, has been our guest this morning, kicking things off for us here on this Saturday, talking about Disney announcing a $12.99 bundle for all the Disney channels, Hulu, and the ESPN channels. And if you want to be a cord cutter, man, there's never been a better time than now to cut the cord. But,
absolutely.
But if you want to, they're certainly. Now, are you guys cord cutters, by the way?
No, we still have Comcast.
Okay.
Mostly because I like their cable, and when we have this their bundle,
mm-hmm.
and the way that they work their bundle, if you disconnect anything, it actually costs you more. So
right.
Or just to do the whole bundle and be done with it.
You know what I don't like that Comcast did a couple of years ago? They had a digital, I can't remember what the package was, but there's the basic $35 a month package that the cities tell them you have to, the must-carry type stuff, right? And all the public service stuff. And that's that really cheap entry level that they have to offer. There was a level above that at $70 where you got ESPN, NBC Sports Bay Area, Fox News Channel, CNN, MSNBC, all that stuff. I mean, there was like another 35, 40 channels, and it was $70 a month. And we had that service at the radio station for many, many years. And my neighbor across the street, a couple of my neighbors had that service. So I decided one day, hey, I want to upgrade. I want to get that service. And I went to the Comcast office in Monterey over on Fremont Street and explained to them what I wanted. And they showed me this package. And they said, that's going to cost you $105 a month. And I said, no, wait a minute, time out. What happened to the package that had all that, but it was only $70 a month? Oh, we don't offer that anymore. Yeah, but my neighbor has it. Well, they're grandfathered in. Anybody who has that can keep it. But if they ever try and change it, they can never have it back again. Then we got down to like the nitty gritty of what this was going to run me. And then they said, how many TVs do you have in the house? I said, well, it's a 4-bedroom house. We've got 5 TVs, one in the living room and one in each bedroom. And I'm paying 50 cents a month extra for, I think, 3 converter boxes for the other TVs. And they said, oh, well, you only get one now, and you're going to pay $5 a month for the other 4 rooms. So now I'm going to be paying you $125 a month. I'm going from $40 a month to $125. And they said, yes. And I said, well, that's not going to happen. I'll see you guys later. So
that's the nature of the beast, my friend.
Yes. All they want to do is upsell you.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
All right. Luis, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure, my friend.
We'll get a chance to chat again on Monday. Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us today at AlvarezTG. That's the Twitter handle. AlvarezTG.com is the website. And Luis, the toll-free number for the Alvarez Cybersecurity I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.